Kia ora, good afternoon. So, um, do you remember me saying that when the kids turn up, something's about to happen, something big's about to happen? When they turn up, it means that they're letting me know that something pretty big is coming. It's usually, tower moments and massive changes coming. Um, I was saying they don't turn up unless it's something big. And a lot of the time they turn up to support me, even though I'm supposed to be supporting them. And remember, I said with the second coming, how the prophecy says that the child that I have, works with the second coming, and they take us into the new frontier. They take us, beyond what I'm going to create with my space program. Um, it said in the Bible that the second coming runs the government in the new world. I had always assumed it was going to be Russia, but now I know what I was being prepared for. Now I know what the kids were warning me about that was coming. Um, Vladimir Putin's just uh, announced to the world, or he was talking to America about he wants to team up with America to work together in the field of sciences and space and all of that, which means that he's turned God's offer down. God was offering him a space program that is, well, ordained, because it's tied into my gaming chair. I actually had originally named my gaming chair after his teacher. Well, Mina, Mina, because it was supposed to be like a teaching tool. And I just thought it was quite beautifully coincidental that his favourite teacher's name was Mina. But then I changed it. Instead of Mina, because it was supposed to be the Modular Interlocking Network Archetype. That was the name of my gaming chair, but I changed it to the Modular Entertainment Network Archetype. And I had offered to bring Britain and Russia on board, because what I've created is going to revolutionise not just spaceflight, but gaming and entertainment as well. And it was being offered to Russia, but Russia is offering to join America's space program, and I'm forbidden from going anywhere near NASA. So Russia has pretty much like turned God's offer to be a part of the new frontier, space, the final frontier. He's decided to go in a different direction, which is fine. That's completely fine. So I've been sitting here saying to God in that, like, what happens now? Because this is all supposed to be happening in the new Holy Land. But if he's turned God's offer down, who gets the Holy Land? This is what the kids were preparing me for. The kids knew that I was about to get news that was going to let me know that Russia have decided to go in a different direction to what God was offering. So I had some ice cream and fruit salad, and I've been sitting with the kids, talking to the kids, and whenever I need to dig deep with answers, I always call on Bastet. And I sat with my bowl of ice cream in there, and it's like the path that he's chosen to go down is his free will. That's completely fine. But now I understand why I was having those dreams and that, and tell Vladdy bye. Why I was being, and I kept ignoring the red flags because God knew that we were destined to go down different paths. And I wish him nothing but love and light. I wish him nothing but, the best. I said to God, what was it all for? I risked my life for him and Donald Trump. I was poisoned defending them. And it's like, what was it all for? And God said, for your training. And that my job there is done. And I've done everything that I can do. And now it's time for me. And he said that the other day, remember? But the kids were letting me know that I was going to get news. That was to let me know that Vladimir has not accepted God's offer to take part in a revolutionary space program that's going to not only help us see beyond what NASA and SpaceX and that will never have access to, but when it comes to my chair as well, because my chair's it's like a Swiss Army knife. There's so many things coming for this chair that when I can get the funding to make it, when I can get the engineers, which is why we were offering it to Russia as a reward, things will never be the same again. The way people play video games, the way people interact with social media, the way people see space, the way people deal with death and terminal illness and all that sort of thing. My gaming chair, it changes. It's like a game changer for life. And Vladimir's turned down the offer, which is fine. That's completely, our will is free. That's fine, but it's like, okay, so what now? And then I just kept thinking, but why can't I do this in Switzerland? When I get there and I build my school, if I work really hard and build my reputation, I'm going to have people falling over themselves to want to invest in me, because the thing is, people are crying out for something to invest their money in, where the government's not going to steal their money, where they're not going to lose it all in cryptocurrency, where they're not going to lose it all because they're dicking about with, the price of gold and silver and all that sort of thing. And people are like, well, what the hell do we invest in? But I've created things that, if all said and done, I get to pull this stuff off, will be worth hundreds of billions. My gaming chair, remember the dream I had about that rare Game Boy? My gaming chair, it's beyond revolutionary. So it's like, okay, so he's turned God's offer down. He's going in his own direction. So that's the ties cut now. Like I don't need to invest time or energy into that anymore. I get to go in my own direction. I've been released. I've been set free. If King Charles doesn't want to get involved, like why can't I do it myself? Why can't I take this to Switzerland? Why can't, because like Zurich, it's the financial capital of the world. It's full of investment bankers and all of that sort of thing. I don't think it's going to be hard when I can build up my reputation after I build my school. to find people who want to look for an investment in something that is groundbreaking when it comes to space flight and technology. So why can't I just do it myself? Take it to Switzerland. I have to follow my heart, and so I'll just do it myself. The offer was there. They've turned it down. That's completely fine. They can go in their direction. But what happens between him and God is none of my business now. But what happens with the Holy Land? And I'm thinking, is this why, is God, you know how God's going to tear Israel down? Remember I had the dream where when Netanyahu's removed, the olive trees were growing all over Israel and Palestine and all that. So is he going to now tear Israel down and let them all rebuild, and they get the New Jerusalem like from scratch back, you know, in the original Holy Land? I don't know. But I know that Russia have decided to go in a different direction, and it's a direction that isn't going to allow for the second coming of Christ to be born in Russia. And the second coming is supposed to be the one who takes us to the new frontier. And the prophecy says that, and it's even in the Bible. I put links when I was talking about who Roshin is, and the 1200 year the 1200 year prophecy, and that he has a like a companion. He has, like how Jesus had Mary. The second coming's going to have my daughter, and she's going to take over my space program, just like my son's in that. Like when I'm gone, I'm starting it. I'm planting the seed for it, but my children are going to take it over. They're going to own my empire. They're going to run my empire, and this is why Elon Musk has been trying for the longest time to have access to my eggs, and why if they can't have my eggs to have, to mess about with the cloning to have my kid, they want to stop me from being with the love of my life so that we don't have the kid. I'll put links in the description box below, because I was just talking about, how I was talking about the celebrities and the twins and the cloning, and Ukraine with their cloning, and the dentist chair and the kids' teeth and Maddie and all of that sort of thing. It's all connected, because Elon Musk has been trying to get his hands on, in my old Instagram, when he was pretending to be Linear, the 8th dimensional alien from a diamond planet. He was trying to ask me then how he could have access to my eggs. He was calling them my pearls. And then he used a fake account on X to try and convince me that, at my age, having a baby, blah, 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 and he's got friends that can help me have a baby where I don't even have to worry about carrying the child, because he's got a doctor who's like, because he does it, he's got his fake womb thing. And they're cloning lambs in that too. It's all there. I've got video in that, because I was trying to find as well, when I first joined X, not long after I joined X, I got a message from someone inviting me to join the Illuminati. And I told them where to stick it. But I've been invited to join the Illuminati a few times. But no, because my bloodline's important. So then I was saying to God, well, if Vladimir is going down that path, who becomes the father in the Holy Trinity bloodline? Who becomes the son if the king doesn't step up? The codes are changing and it's freaking me out a little, and that's what the kids were warning me about. Get ready. So I don't know what this means, but the codes are changing. Did I read them wrong? I can't have read them wrong. I wouldn't have read them wrong. There's still hope for King Charles. And not that there's not hope for it's not as dramatic as I'm making it sound. It's just that he's turned God's offer down to take the world in a whole new direction. He's not going to, he might be a part of it, but he's not going to be the leader of it. Because the space program that God is offering is I'm not allowed to interact with certain people. I'm not allowed anywhere near CERN. I'm not allowed anywhere near SpaceX or NASA. I was to do this myself. And Russia was offered the opportunity to be the one to help me make this gaming chair. I mean, it is a gaming chair, but it's technically, it's a rocket ship that you'll have in the comfort of your own home, where you don't have to leave your house to go into space, like I do. I can fly all around the solar system and the universe, just sitting in my Jimmy Jams. So then it's like, okay, so that's fine, and I wish him all the best, and I wish him all the love in the world. And the path that he goes down with God is between him and God. Same with King Charles and that. But I've done my bit now. So I was sitting there and I'm thinking, so what do I do? And it's like, just keep doing what you're doing. When I get to Switzerland, I'm going to look for investors. I'm going to look for people who I've got to look for investors to help build my school anyway. So once everything's settled down, if I work hard and I prove myself, I'm going to look for people to help me build my gaming chair and my space program, because building my gaming chair and my space program isn't going to cost as much. The chair will probably cost more than the navigation system that I want to build. And it won't cost a fraction of anything that that's sending up into space. And for now, it'll be unmanned flights. And what I'm developing is the size of a small car. And it's non-combustibles. So I just need the right people and the funding, and then, it's 3, 2, 1 blast off. All I know is that who I have my child to is everything. And it's like I said, it's why I've kept my legs closed. But it's why they've also been doing everything they can to keep me and the love of my life apart. They have done everything they can to make sure that him and I don't have that phone call. Because they don't want us having this baby if they can't have access to the baby themselves. Because the prophecy and the Bible, ancient prophecy, all of it, written, ancient manuscripts and that talk about the union between the second coming and his ninth element. His what is she? She's going to be like his muse, or his, like Mary was to Jesus. And if he's not going to be born in Russia now, is he going to be born in Switzerland or? I don't know. All I'm being told is focus on me and get to Switzerland and follow my heart. And I'm being cut loose, I'm being set free. So I can relax now and move forward, just concentrating on me and thinking about me and building the school for the kids and building my space program. And I want to do it in Switzerland, and I want to do it with the love of my life, but I don't know what the hell's going on, because it's like the towers have come down. Getting that news has brought towers down that has completely changed everything. I didn't see it coming, but I got the heads up. And now that the dust has settled, now that I've dealt with the shock of it all, it's like now the path has been cleared, that I can move forward, and I just need the love of my life to meet me on the other side. I need to know he's going to meet me on the other side, but the only way I'm going to know that is if he makes the call. He has to choose me in a way that where he steps away from everything else to focus on our future together. Because who I have this child to is everything. Because she's the ninth element, and the ninth element is resurrection, and the second coming is the resurrection of Christ. And that's what she's the element of. And if she's running my space program after I die, and she's helping people cross over, and she's helping, take space flight beyond our solar system and all that sort of thing, she's helping to resurrect new world, new universe, new solar system, new everything. So I can't be having her to just anyone. How her father and I raise her is going to shape the role that she plays when she works alongside the one that God says is going to run the world government with love and compassion and understanding and logic and, the ultimate messengers of God. When you have access to the solar system and the universe, and that you're literally sitting in the mind of God, like physically sitting in the mind of God. I do it from the ground level. So what I need to do is I just need to pray that the love of my life steps forward and takes his position, and then as soon as we're locked on target and we're interlocked and, making the plan to be together for real sort of thing, when I get there, when I get justice and I can get my kids and get out of here. I think I'm pretty certain what I'm being told is take my space program to Switzerland, let them have it, let them be a part of it. It's where the money is anyway. So I'm not going to have to go far to look for investors. I just have to be careful who I allow to invest in it. They have to be people who believe in the cause, and not because they want to spy or have control or try to sabotage anything, or, because what God is offering and the Council of Elders and that is going to shit all over anything that NASA and SpaceX and that do, like by a country mile. I just have to have the right people on board. And then when I'm dead and buried, it's my kids that are supposed to be taking over. My space program, North Star Cadets, the property that I want to buy in Switzerland has the perfect place for me to turn it into an observatory. But now I know why I kept being told, tell Vladdy bye. I was ignoring all the signs because it's always been my dream to live there, just like it was always my dream to live in America as well. But then crunch time happened and I was told you can either have your dream, you can either go for your dream or you can go for the man of your dreams. And I chose the man of my dreams because he's offering more. He's the one that I'm going to build my empire with. He's the one I'm going to raise the kids with. He's the one I'm going to build all this stuff with. I build a whole new world with him, whereas like living in the place of my dreams, it might not have even worked out. It could have even put me in danger because of Trump and all of that. It's become their stomping ground, and I have to put the children first. And the place where I feel safe now, well, not even just about feeling safe, the place that gives me peace is Switzerland. So the kids were giving me a heads up to let me know that a tower moment was coming. But it's okay because, it's not a bad thing. It's just, it's not my business anymore. What's done is done. I've done my bit. I've served my duty to God. What happens now is between them and God. Now it gets to be about me. And I want to go to Switzerland and I want to build my school and I want to look for investors to build my space program and to build my gaming chair. I'm just waiting on Blue Dragon. And if he doesn't step forward, then I'll do it on my own. I just don't care anymore. I'm tired of waiting for people to step up. If they say no to God, that's none of my business anymore. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. The offer's there, and if they turn God down, then that's none of my business anymore. I've done what I was sent to do. I just really want to wake the king up. I don't want to leave here knowing that he may be the last king we ever have. Even if he doesn't want to be a part of anything that I'm creating, that's completely fine. But I'd like to be able to at least know that I got him justice, that I got him justice, that I did the right thing. I owe it to the people of Great Britain because they supported me, with their taxes, with my benefits and all the stuff that they donated. Came out of the woodwork and donated all this stuff when I had nothing, when I was in the homeless shelter. And my conscience won't let me leave here without paying the people of Great Britain back for everything that they did for me. I even told the man who came to fix my boiler that. We came to do the checkup on the boiler and we were talking and I said to him, I'll be paying everyone back, and he's told me, he commended me for my honour. Good for you, he said, that's really refreshing. He said, well, I wish you the best. I said, I'm going to pay back every penny, and I mean it too, because I don't do debt. I don't take money from people. I pay my debt. And I feel like, having to have government assistance is me having debt. I owe it to the people of Great Britain. So I will keep praying for the king in the hopes that he wakes up. But so the whole Maddie thing, the cloning, because Ukraine with the whole Epstein thing, talking about stem cells and the cloning program and all of that, it's everything I've been saying. It's also one of the reasons why you know, they get hold of these kids and that so they can make the babies and get hold of their genetics and clone the perfect child and all of that sort of thing, which is why Elon Musk has hundreds of kids. And remember I was saying in my 11/11 video about one of the reasons why is because his genetics are foosty, um, but why they want mine. But if they can't get hold of mine, then they want to stop me from being with my man, you know, like when I'm in a relationship and we have this baby, because I know I'm having a baby. I know I'm having another baby. I know I am. I'm not even questioning it. Even at my age, I know I'm having another baby. I don't know if I don't, I know that if I have to have help, I still carry her myself. It's the whole reason why I was told to get my body ready. So, but I was told that I wouldn't need help. She's going to be like the Immaculate Conception. Although not in that kind, not in a biblical kind of way, but in a like, oh my God, you're 53 and you got pregnant naturally, because it's happening all over the world now. A lot of women are now having babies in their 50s and 60s getting pregnant naturally. There's women that are having babies after they've gone through menopause, and I haven't even gone through menopause. So I know I'm having another baby. I've always known I had another one in me. But who I have my baby to is everything. And I've chosen who I want to have my baby to. But the world is conspiring to keep us apart. But only because he hasn't stepped up. One phone call changes everything. One phone call and it's game over for everybody that tried to keep us apart. So I don't know. But anyway, I thought I'd let you know. So now I have another plan. Get to Switzerland, build my school, and then once that's established, I need to work really hard to look for investors to build my space program in my gaming chair. First things first, gaming chair. Build the gaming chair first and then build the space program around the gaming chair. My dating app's going to be worth a lot of money as well. I could technically build my gaming chair using the money from the sale of my dating app. I could do it that way because it will be possible. I could build my space program with the money from the dating app because my space program is not going to cost that much money. Once I find the right engineers and scientists and that to help me put what the council have told me, into plan, all I know is that when I had my dream and I met the man called David, he said that it was genius. He goes, that's so simple and so genius. Why hasn't anybody thought about this? This is what he said in the dream. And then he goes, look at my name tag. He said, this is my name. And he pushed forward his name tag. Like he was making sure I remembered his name. And his name was David. And I even thought if Russia accepted, maybe his name was going to be Davidoff. But no, it was David. So, let's see what happens. It's kind of exciting. It's almost like a huge chunk of my life now has just been chopped away, which has left me a little bit shell-shocked, but now it's freed me up to change my direction, to look in a completely different direction of where I thought this was going. But it's liberating. It's liberating. I feel liberated because I don't have to worry about him or Russia and that anymore because they're going to be fine. They're in God's hands. That's done now. project, it's the end of the project. I did what I was asked to do, and he turned the offer down. So now I keep moving forward, and I think I might be able to do it myself if I can do the first thing I have to do when I get to Switzerland, other than get a place, rent a place, is I need to get my gaming company set up, my Kiwi2 Games. I need to get my gaming company set up so we can make the dating app. Spellbound, my dating app Spellbound, and then I can go out and do my show and look for my talent and all of that sort of thing and build my server in the background. And then by the time we've got the school all set up and ready to go and bring the kids in, then I can focus on the gaming chair. So see, I'm working out a step-by-step plan now, because now that I've got to leave all that behind and I'm just forward focused, I can see what's coming. I can see steps further ahead than what I was looking at, because I was too busy looking back to make sure that the king and Vladdy and that were okay, but it's not my business anymore. It's been removed from me, it's been taken from me. God was letting me know, let it go. Tell Vladdy bye. So, but I wasn't listening. I refused to listen because I didn't want to think that I wasn't going to live in Russia, because I love that country so much. But it's because God has something better for me that's more in line with His plan. And now that Vladimir's going in a different direction with the space program and all of that, like in America's direction, that's not a direction I can go in anyway, and I wouldn't. Even if they said, hey, come on board and come and be with us, I'd say no. Because I work for God. And they're never going to go where we're allowed to go. They're not going to have the access to space like I am, because they don't have the keys. Vladimir was offered the keys and he said no. So that's between him and God now. I'm retired, it's none of my business. But what it's done is it's kind of torn the tower, it's torn the high-rise buildings down, it's flattened the ground. So all I can see is Switzerland and my foundation, and it's like it's unveiled a new step-by-step program that I'm to follow that I didn't see before, because I didn't think was going to be possible without the help of a country like Russia. But it's like, no, you don't need Russia. That's what they're saying. That's what God's saying. So the kids this morning saying, get ready, something's coming, like we're here for you sort of thing, it's because, yeah, I didn't see that one coming. I didn't think he was going to say no to God. But, like I said, I wish him well. The same with the king in that, like I wish them well. He's chosen not to go down the path that God's leading the new world in, and that's completely fine. It doesn't mean he's not going to be a part of it. He's just not going to be at the forefront. He's not going to be the father of it. Somebody else is going to be chosen to be the father of the new world bloodline, the Holy Trinity bloodline. There's still a chance for King Charles, though. Come on, Your Majesty. Make the phone call, dissolve Parliament, and then you're right there. You get saved and you get to be a part of something wonderful, whether he came on board with anything I was doing or not. But if not, then the codes will change and it becomes someone else. But the Queen is still in it. The Queen is still fighting like Billy O. So it means that there's still hope for King Charles. But for me, I'm heading in this direction. And I've got my eyes on the prize. Got my eyes on the prizes. That's why I used to say to my men, keep your eyes on the prizes. And then, like, push my boobs forward, meaning my boobs are the prize. God, keep your eyes on the prizes, I'd say. So, yeah, so there we go. The tower's come down and it's cleared a path and given me a new focus and a new plan, and I didn't see it coming, but the kids knew it was coming and they were letting me know it was coming. And now that it's here, it's like, okay, roll your sleeves up. Let's do this. Whether my man steps up or not. Wherever he may be, wherever he's going to come from, whatever angle he comes at me from, whatever. I have a plan now, like a proper divinely guided plan. And I really think I can pull this off. I do. So now I just need justice. I need to know it's over, and then I can take my money and I can go to Switzerland and I can, let's do this. Right, yep, let's do this. So, as far as Russia and Vladimir Putin are concerned, I wish them all the best. I really do. Thank you for everything. Thank you for the training. Thank you for the lessons. Thank you for helping me power up. Thank you for tuning me into a supernatural goddess. Thank you for opening up a whole set of codes I didn't know was there until you crossed my path and trying to defend you against, NATO and all of that in the name of humanity. And thank you for allowing me to sit in your bubble for a little minute while I had to wait for God to figure this out for me. Well, in order for me to wait for God to show me that I needed to figure it out for myself. I didn't need anyone after all. I can do this on my own. So, here we go. Let's roll our sleeves up. Let's do this. Let's do this. And thanks to the kids for giving me the heads up, because it was quite a shock. But now I'm free. I'm free to do what I want any old time. Right, so I'm going to go and finish my ice cream. It's now turned into a milkshake. And I will speak to you later. Ka kite anō. Mwah.